hotel in Macon, Georgia. It's outside of Atlanta. We're planning on riding like this trail system that I've actually never seen before. It's outside of Atlanta. Looks like a flow trail sort of system. And it's been a rough trip all the way through. I mean, we went from working at 8 o'clock until it's 12:39 a.m. right now. So like more than 12 hours. We're gonna try to get some rest and wake up and hit the trails at a reasonable time, and then head up to Stanley Gap after that. So real world experience of a hectic mountain bike trip on a short notice kind of strike mission. Good night. See you in the morning. Okay, so it's the official first day of the vacation. How have things gone so far?
Well, we haven't done anything yet, so I don't want to like spoil what good is to come, but yeah, we booked this hotel and there were blood stains on the sheets, so that kind of like wasn't pleasant, but probably should have known. I strayed away from my rule to only book Marriott's, and that is what I get for not booking Marriott.
Bad experience.
So, I mean, this hotel was not good.
Compliments of the chef.
Do you have your phone keys on that?
Don't surprise anybody now. Just arrived in Ackworth. We're riding a trail system. I believe it's called Allatoona. It's not super elevated, but to be honest, whenever we come trail riding out in the Carolinas, North Georgia, it's not always the most fun to just like do brutal climbs for 3 hours and then get like 10 minutes of downhill. I really prefer riding trails that are moderately elevated and have even amounts of ups and downs, not just like consistently up and then 10 minutes of down. So this one seems to be similar to trails in Florida where the elevation is pretty static and you get a lot of fun trail riding the whole 10 or 15 miles out there. This system has about like 30 miles of trails. So we're gonna go hit that right now and I'll show you what it's like. Let's get it. Pretty fun switchbacks. How's the new gearing?
Way better.
You're already cranked all the way up. hectic. Kind of like really kicked. There we go. Whew. Yeah, this is super short tracky, but I mean, for anybody out of Florida, this is like trail riding goals. Oh, big old armored, like armadillo back, I call those things.
My foot came unclipped.
So we're out here at Hocus Pocus Allatoona Trail System, and I would say we're ex-sea riders. We're from Florida. We rode Hocus Pocus, Voodoo, and Mumbo Jumbo. But Cami, how do you feel about Hocus Pocus?
It was not fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How did you do on it?
I think I did really good.
Yeah.
Considering.
I think you got like 80%, and then
Times, yeah.
and then once we hit like the back section, it was just like
slightly too long because it's just like sprint climbs, but like 100 of them. So you just like sprint climb, and then there's like even, and you sprint climb, and there's a tiny downhill, but you don't have any chance to actually enjoy the downhills because you just know you're about to climb again.
Yeah, I was gnarly. So hopefully we get out of here soon because we need to get going. We've missed lunch.
Looks like fall.
Okay, so I guess what is your impression of the trip thus far?
It's been very nice. I really like this cabin. I find myself wishing we could stay a lot longer. Like, it's gonna be super sad to leave tomorrow. 'Cause it's everything you want. Like, there's a fireplace. It's cold. It's orange and like fall leaves are falling.
So we came up here to ride, and on our way up we rode a trail.
I really liked Mumbo Jumbo. It was fun and super smooth. And then Voodoo was the second one. Voodoo was like okay, but then Hocus Pocus was probably the most like grinding, like intense trail that I've ridden, and I'm so sore. My whole body hurts today.
We were supposed to go on a train ride today,
Yeah.
but I think the rest day probably the better call. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been super nice because we turned the fireplace on and we watched a 90s movie and
What was the movie?
Race Runner.
You've already forgotten?
What is the name of the movie?
I'm not telling you.
Race. It's about a Jamaican bobsledding team. If anybody knows what it is.
Okay.
Good for you.
All right.
Great movie. I'd watch it again.
And so what's the plan for tomorrow?
I don't even know. You tell me. We're waking up. We have to check out, which is a bummer. So we're going to check out. We're going to assess how we feel, although I know Larry wants to ride. So we'll probably ride. What is it called? What's the trail called that you want to ride over here?
Stanley.
Stanley Gap.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually just literally right down the street from here. You just like go down the mountain and you passed it on the way up. So, although it is an 80% chance of rain tomorrow and it's a high of 50.
Yeah,
So
it's going to be definitely testing conditions.
It will be, yeah. Might be a mudslide. I'm kind of worried about that. I don't know what the trails get like out here after a bunch of rain.
So, what's your overall impression of the trip in a couple words?
Cozy fall cabin, like the ASMR YouTube videos that I watch. Larry will link one down below.
This is day number 2 of the trip, considerably. It's actually day number 3, right? Because we left on Tuesday.
It's Thursday, so it's the second day.
Okay. Second day of the trip, we left Tuesday after work at 5 p.m. and drove into the night to Macon, Georgia, which I would not recommend staying in Macon, Georgia. It was a weird place, and the hotel was really, really crummy. The sheets kind of looked like they were slept in the night before with a bloody hobo, and didn't get washed. I had no problem with it, but Cammie slept like a mummy with her clothes on. So, kind of bad experience there, and we left as soon as we could in the morning. It was like 7 a.m. I think, and headed straight to Altoona Trail System, which is in Akron, Georgia, I believe. And the itinerary that I set up, I was expecting the trails to be a lot more forgiving. I set it up so that we were going to ride some XC more so for the first day, and then tomorrow we're going to ride Stanley Gap most likely. But this trail in Altoona, or Akron, Georgia, the Altoona Trail System, Mumbo Jumbo, Voodoo, and Hocus Pocus were very hectic. Mumbo Jumbo is a flow trail with kind of a jump line and some really nice berms, but even that trail isn't necessarily all flowy because these trails are different directions, different days, so they're both up and down both directions, so it's kind of work all the way through. It's not really simple riding. This was a XC track for the local high school, and definitely a grueling trail. It'll definitely test you. Voodoo to Hocus Pocus were very tricky, and generally the mileage of that trail seems to feel more than what is on paper. So the 12 miles that we rode really felt like 20 with the actual timing that it took to ride the whole trail. And it was extremely exhausting, a lot of climbs, and the hardest XC trail that I've ridden, kind of like Santos on the west side, but way more technical, way more elevation, obviously, and just there was no break, really. But that kind of brings us to today. It's very cold. We were supposed to go on a train ride, and we're taking a rest day. and hopefully tomorrow we'll be riding Stanley Gap early in the morning and then leaving here by like 12 or so, and then hopefully getting home by like 7, which would be a perfect world, but that doesn't tend to happen, so we'll check in whenever we or when we're leaving and when we get to the trail tomorrow, if we get to the trail. This is our last day. It's pretty rainy, and I'm going to do a cabin tour before we go. We're not going to ride Stanley Gap because it's a little bit too wet, so we're going to go find some other trails to ride. But let's enter the cabin here. It's very cozy. The dishwasher is running right now, so forgive that. And this is the kitchen here. Quite nice, and it has a island in the middle. It's actually quite sizable for a cabin. And then we pan this way, and we have the cozy little living room nook. And you got a fireplace right here. I'll actually turn it on for you. So there's the fireplace. It's a gas fireplace, really nice and convenient. And then here is the nice cedar wall with a really cool, like, surrealism style cabin painting, and just cozy. This is like a futon, so it can fold down to sleep more people. And then from here, this is what the cabin looks like from one end to the other. And now, if you go outside, you have secondary balcony with a hot tub right there. You can't really see it, but it's there, trust me. And all the colors you could see, all the fall colors are coming out right now. It wraps all the way. That's part of the front porch there. And then there's actually a bedroom right there that we'll go check out right now. Shut this. Now enter this bedroom. This one's really quaint. I like this one a little bit more than the other one, but you have a better view from the other one. We actually unmade the bed because it's a way to indicate that it's dirty. And then from here, you'll see we have that same view from earlier out the cabin. That's actually a really cool view. So that's out to the porch. And then we've got a closet. We have this door here is a bathroom. There's not much to be said about that. And then we'll go into the master suite here. Knock, knock. And this is the master suite. I'll try to get it from here. And you can see that the view is a lot better from here out of the back of the master suite. We're overlooking like a small creek valley. And that is this part of the porch. And if I'm not mistaken, it wraps all the way around to that way, yeah, and out. So you could leave straight from your room and not have to worry about your other cabin company. Really nice. This is the cabin, or the bedroom from this angle. And then I'll go ahead and show you what the bathroom looks like real quick, and then we'll sum it up. Stacking, washer, dryer, and just a standard bathroom. Small little nook for your sink. That's it. See y'all later. Like people from all over the place around here. Alright, this place is a Bigfoot like museum or some crap. They got a Bigfoot
At a shell station.
on the side of the building. You can see it right there coming out of the side. Bigfoot. This guy loves Bigfoot
Get
here.
the sign.
Is there any parking? Can I get around here?
Everyone. That by
There was no Bigfoot in that gas station. That was a troll. But they got us in there, and I didn't buy anything.